What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Goodol'boys YouTube channel. So today we are going on a run to pick up another Hawk 250. I never thought this day would come where I'm buying another Hawk 250, but here we are. So I found a smoking deal on pretty much a whole bike. Mine is the top end is taken apart. We're gonna see when we get there what it's all about. But basically it's gonna be a parts bike for us, but it's actually a pretty nice parts bike, which that's exactly what I'm looking for. I need basically a bike with no miles on it because my Hawk 250 really needs a fresh start. All right, guys, we'll see you when we get there. All right, guys, well, we are here. Here it is. Yes, sir, buddy. Well, it looks good sitting in there. It's in a few pieces now. All right, guys, I'm a proud new owner of a red Hawk 250, even if it is in parts and pieces. Here she is, guys. All right, headed back home. We'll see you guys at the house. All right, well, we made it home. As you guys can see here, we had to take it apart to get it to fit in the Jeep. So, but basically here we are with our parts bike. My buddy Briar came over. Shout out to Briar. Yeah. What's up, buddy? He helped me get the front wheel back on and we got the handlebars on. So now we can roll this thing around and set it on the kickstand, and I can take care of the rest myself. But a couple things to show you guys. I guess we'll show you the mileage. So 512 miles. This bike is pretty much brand new, other than it sat out in the sun a little bit, as you guys can see, and somebody messed up the top end. So unfortunately, we are missing quite a few parts. I don't know what this guy was doing with it or thinking, but as he was taking parts off, like this little cap, he was just throwing them away or something, like he didn't need them. So we're missing a lot of airbox parts. We don't have a retainer for the airbox or any of that. This is not the original carburetor. It's probably some other Chinese piece of junk. So that kind of sucks. At least we know the stock carburetor works. That one, I'm not sure. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bad things. I guess we're not done with the bad yet. I'll show you guys this. So obviously this is a silver head. This is not the factory head, even though this probably does fit. We've got the factory valve cover here, but no gasket. We have a head that will probably work, but you can see somebody got mad at it and there's no rockers in there. So that's not good. We do at least have these bolts, so I guess that's kind of good. It's something. Underside looks pretty well used, and somebody got mad at the underside too. So we got quite the fixer up here, fixer upper. We have a gasket. He left me a used gasket. We got a jug. The jug is pretty much shot, unfortunately. It does have some usable parts, like these rockers, but the header, even the header is not usable. I'm not sure what this is even off of, but it doesn't have the correct flange here. So basically we got screwed on the top end a little bit, but that's okay. We got it for a dirt cheap price. The rest of the bike, however, besides the stuff I just showed you guys, is actually in pretty good shape. So if we look down in here, all this stuff in the bottom end is pretty good and new and looks pretty daggone good. Let's see, can I spin this? Yeah, so the rod is tight. It doesn't look scored up, so hopefully we have a win on that. Like I said, I think the whole rest of the bottom end should be in good shape. Now this bike is a 2017 right here, as you guys can see, so that's kind of nice. It's about the same era as my bike, and like I said, overall we just have a lot of good usable parts. The rims and tires and all that stuff hold air, and they're like brand new. I have a good caliper and all of that stuff, so this thing is definitely going to come in handy for my bike. So there were a couple extra things I wanted to show you guys. So the number one thing was this unit right here. I'm not sure if this helped destroy the top end or what happened. The guy told me what happened to the top end was this guy was riding at Silver Lake, Michigan, got sand in the top end. But I'll show you guys the jug in a minute. It looks more like a valve got dropped or something like that. So anyways, back to this. I believe this is supposed to be a performance CDI box for this thing. You can see somebody soldered up the wires and it connects right in where the standard CDI would go. So I don't know, we might have to try this on my bike, but I'm almost fearful of trying it. Like I said, because I don't want my top end on my bike to look like the one in this bike. So let's take a look at this head here one more time, or this jug, I should say. So there we go. Kind of hard to see a little bit, but I think you guys can see this, this, and this. I mean, you can see the depth of those marks in there. So something pretty serious went wrong with this thing. Wow, there's another one on this side right here. It's pretty bad. So this jug is pretty much shot unless it gets bored out. So like I said, you know, it would kind of make sense that this thing dropped the valve, because we do have a new head here, but I'm guessing they probably bought this on eBay. So I'm not sure what kind of project this thing was, but obviously the old parts must have just got thrown away or something, because the guy didn't have any of the plugs. The drain plug for the oil is missing. We don't have the rockers, you know, things like that. But if they did drop a valve, it would make sense that they bought this head to try and put this thing back together. Obviously it didn't work out for them. Also some other weird things. This manifold is definitely not the manifold that was on that bike. This one is definitely more used than the rest of the bike, and like I said, this part is missing. I'm not even sure if this is for the Hawk 250. So I don't know, we just got some weird stuff going on like that, but I just wanted to show you guys that. It doesn't really matter. I do have all the full plastics, so that's kind of nice. I thought about possibly doing a neater color, like a different color on my Hawk 250, something that would blend in with the grass a little better, and the fall colors. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I've got a full set of red plastics, a full set of blue plastics that are already on my Hawk. Oh, we do have a brand new seat. So like, I mean, this bike overall was a pretty good deal, and it's going to allow me to breathe a whole bunch more life into my bike, because my bike is pretty well shot. So maybe we'll show you guys my bike real quick and show you kind of some of the things that are going wrong and why it's more economical to buy a whole parts bike instead of buying new individual parts for my bike. So here's my bike. I just kind of have it rolled up here in the weeds because I don't want it sitting in the sun out there. But you know, this thing has seen a lot of use. Even the front rim is wobbly. The tire on the front is starting to go bald. We basically need tires front and back. We need rims front and back. As you guys can see, this rim is shot and it's completely out of shape. It's bent where it's been straightened a few times. This snap ring where it goes, this piece is busting off. So if you guys noticed, we have these tie wraps on here to keep the sprocket on. We have the caliper that's pretty much shot. You know, we have the rear brakes are wearing out. The cylinder in here is starting to wear out. It doesn't work as well as it used to. And it's the same thing for the front brakes. I mean, you guys can see this master cylinder. It's now got a crack in it. You can barely see in there. So the plastic on this is starting to go out. Also, hard for you guys to see that. You'd have to grab the brake to really feel it. But the what would you call this? The plunger, or I guess the plunger for the master cylinder in here is starting to go bad and get sticky. It takes a lot to get the brakes to really pull through that and get good braking. So we got a lot of things going on with the Hawk, really. Not to mention the motor. I have a whole nother good bottom end, so I could throw the top end of this on that motor, and this thing would probably easily go another 8,000 or 10,000 miles, who knows. Unfortunately, I did get water in this engine around 5,000 miles, and that's pretty much the whole reason that it makes noise. So now we have over 8,000 miles on it, but yeah, if I hadn't got water in it, I have a good feeling that this thing would still be running strong. So anyways, we need a whole bunch of parts. Like I said, it's just way more economical to buy a whole nother parts bike rather than trying to buy individual parts, because basically almost the entire bike needs replaced or helped. And I didn't want to just replace the whole bike, because we do have a lot of good modifications and good parts and good upgrades on this bike. Plus, it's just kind of neat to keep the original bike going. So a couple of those modifications, as you guys know, we reinforced the swing arm in a couple places. I did a bunch of airbox mods. It's got some wiring upgrades and updates. You know, basically the bike is set up the way I want it to be. So to start fresh, I would have a lot of work to do to a new bike. So anyways, like I said, we're just going to take the parts off that bike, put them on this one, and kind of just bring this bike back up to speed and get it in good shape again. But anyways, this video is going to get too long, so I want to leave it off there. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out that description box below for more videos like this. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.